Okay, we're with Silas Beachler here in Claypool, Indiana, and we're also with Lemoyne and Lars, father and son. Well, grandfather, son, and then Silas here. All right, Silas, tell me about what you've done here. You buried your main line from the pump house about 1,200 feet that way, all the way to the sugar house over there. Tell me about why you did that.
We had been pumping our sap over through the air through a line above ground, and in the mornings that would be froze up, and we'd try to drain it, but we'd end up with some ice in there, and we'd end up with a mess in the morning trying to get that thawed out and getting that to work. So just to get rid of that issue, we've buried the line where it should not freeze. It'll pump right from the pump house up to the sugar house to our storage tanks, so we don't have to have storage back at our pump house. We'll just be able to pump it directly up there right out of the sap releaser.
Sounds like a smart move. I mean, just tell us again, tell us the benefits of I mean, it must have been a lot of work to bury all this 1,200 feet from the back of the woods to the sugar house. The benefits would be what, Silas?
The biggest one is just for freezing, so we don't have to deal with frozen lines. That'd be the number one. Would keep your sap cooler on a hot day, I guess you might say. You wouldn't have the sap heating as it's being pumped up there. But the main reason was just to deal with the frozen line issue, so we didn't have to deal with that each morning when the sap would start running or after it froze, each time it froze.
How far down are you again?
2 to 2.5 feet. It really doesn't freeze much in the woods typically, due to the fact that it's protected in the woods, and hopefully have some snow to keep it from freezing a little bit.
Very good. Well, good luck. It sounds like it'll be a worthwhile project for you, Silas.
I hope so.
All right, Lemoyne, explain, so you buried the lines. Explain, you're replacing these lines up above here.
We're replacing the overhead pump-up line with the line in the ground. We're going to leave the overhead line. It's there. It's not costing us anything to be there, and if we need it for some reason, we've got it there.
Where were the drop?
The cable that's under it is our power for back here.
Right. What were the drawbacks to having the line overhead for pumping sap from the pump house to back to the sugar house?
If it would freeze up at night, or any time it would freeze up, and then in the morning, sun's coming out and it's warming right up, sap's running, there's ice in that line in maybe a bag. We try to keep the bags out, but that's pretty hard to do. So there would be ice in it. It's trying to push and can't push, so we're backing up with sap back here at the pump house.